The first is this. There is a feast and famine. A feast and famine, almost cancer in these businesses. We have a great year, a bad year. We have a great 3 months, a bad 3 months. We have an epic 6 months, a bad 6 months. We have feast and famine. The second thing we have is, as a business owner, we get into overwhelm. Now, my background originally was the corporate world. Business ownership and entrepreneurship is a completely different animal, as we know, but overwhelm. And the third obstacle as such that prevents this growth is cash flow. So I'm a massive believer that 10% of what we bring to the business when we get to the level we're dealing with should be reinvested for growth. So let's take these on board. So first and foremost, feast and famine. So why is that happening? Well, it's happening because although we may have a 7-figure business or on the way to 7-figure business, we're still doing one-to-one. We've still got this, believe it or not, and you may or may not actually consciously take this on board, but because we have a good 3 months or a good year, we think we've got the keys to the kingdom. And really, it becomes about luck. And indeed, what we haven't got is control. So control for me means this. If we run a process, we know we put 10 units in, we get 100 units out. And if you listen to any of our podcasts, if you search for Recruiter on iTunes, you'll see we're most of the top 10. You'll hear that on the podcast. So what we want is the following. We want consistency. Now, I'm actually going to wipe that out and give you this. What we really want is assets in your business. So in the old days in recruitment, it would be about getting a broker in who connect you with ABC, and it'd be about who you know, etc., and it was very much an antiquated approach. Nowadays, investors, especially if you've really taken on board the online world nowadays, investors are very focused on an asset, i.e., we put 5 units in, we get 50 units out. This is what the focus is about. So it's about assets. Second thing, overwhelm. Now, that's a bit of a cliche statement, but what I really mean with overwhelm is we've got this thing that we look after. We've got this thing that we look after, and our role starts to become misunderstood. We've not done it before. We've not run a business like this. So to overcome this, we need a number of things. One is clear KPIs, but 2 is a very clear team structure, which we're going to come to. So far, have I spoken about automation or inbound or things you may or may not know us for? No. Next thing, cash flow. Indeed, getting paid. So businesses come to us are doing 3 million, but actually the business owner's not making that much money. Crazy. I mentioned Jamie Town just now. 35 people down to 7. 7 branches down to 2. Clarico. So let's not forget why we're in business. A, to make more money, but B, our actual business lifestyle, what we actually want. So the key driver here is we need predictability. And to make that happen, and as boring as it sounds, we need process. And again, you may or may not have been in webinars before, and automation, all the good things to know about. This is a key factor, though, for getting through that 250 to 7 figures and staying there and growing. Now, if we get this on point, what we've got happening is if we get through this asset, which we'll come to first of all, we've actually got a process of KPIs, daily, weekly, monthly. What we've actually got is a role change for you. And the business actually starts to run for you, not because of you. Secondly, if we've got KPIs across the business, and I mean at an automated level, I mean at a campaign level, I mean at an engagement level, and we've also got the process in place, what we have is a progression blueprint. So that means if we plan out our year, we can predict what will happen in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Then if we've actually got our assets, we've actually got our process, we can actually leverage our assets, which means that's how a team can go from 35 down to 7, because we're leveraging the assets. Now, this is the key. Understanding these 3 components is what's going to break us through 7 figures and keep us there.